front there's a single otter. And there's a couple of beavers in here as well. They're the smallest of the three. They're all Canadian made by a company called De Havilland. There's 4 companies that operate out of the harbor. And a lot of them are on skids over to Vancouver, Seattle. Really noisy. This is the busiest marine airport in North America. We do over 40,000 landings and takeoffs every year. It's over 150 a day taking off and landing in this harbor. So going out, that's an official runway, and you can see coming in is the Victoria River. It's on its way in. Coming back from Seattle. A bit about the history of Victoria. The first European was recognized to have landed in this harbor as Captain Cook, and that would have been about 1780. But what really put us on the map was the Bay Company, which set up shop just above the seawall here. They built Fort Victoria, it was a stockade style fort. That was in the 1840s. And you know, their main interest was the fur trade. Actually, the government of Britain at the time needed control over the entirety of Vancouver Island. So they set up shop here and started trading with people that lived on the other side, where the Delta tell us, where the First Nations people, the Songhees, used to live in the area. That's where they had their villages at the time. And they worked with the Hudson's Bay Company very closely, because the Hudson's Bay Company was buyers of furs. They were suppliers of furs. Everyone's got their boat out tonight to look at the symphony. It's a very active inner harbor, by the way. These tugboats bring very large tonnage out there every day. So that Bay Company is still large, it's still in existence. Gold rush is over. The next gold rush is over near where Vancouver was now in the Fraser Valley. So the miners that wanted to go up to the Fraser Valley, no place on the mainland led to get supplies. So they had to go up here from San Francisco by boat, pick up the supplies here from the Bay Company and go over to the according to the program, it goes for 14 minutes. Okay, so it'll take you. I can walk it 3 kilometers. If I don't stop for a beer, I can do it. There it is.
Yep.
Cruise Canada.
Cruise Canada.
Cruise Canada. This float home community on my right hand side, it's been here for 8 years at the most. If you look down this alleyway that we're looking at, there's 2 homes at the very end. They were the first 2. The developer put those in there as concept homes. I remember one Sunday afternoon, my wife and I, we used to live in this Plymouth area. We went down there for showing one Sunday afternoon, and the idea was to encourage people to become part of a float home community. That was 8 years ago, and all these float homes were designed and built just north of us, near Nanaimo, about 50 miles, about 80 kilometers north. And I talked to the owner of this one right on the corner about 2 weeks ago. He was headed off to Fisherman's Wharf with his grandson who was in for a visit. They were going down for an ice cream cone. He said him and his wife moved there about 5 years ago, and they just love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. And I asked him about what happens in storms and everything. He said, you don't even feel them. We have about a 10-foot tide in this area. He said, you know, it's just gentle up and down. You don't even feel the storms in them at all. But they're on full service. They got full water, city water, sewer, electrical, cable, internet. They got it all. And it's a private dock, so they don't have people coming by up and down looking inside all the time. So these 2 float homes at the very end are not part of the float home community. They're private. They've been here, one of them has been here for about 20 years. But the one on the right, someone told me my first ship that they saw it for sale for $600,000. And on my last trip in here, I noticed that they have a for sale sign on it. So. And you want to move down to Victoria and live in Harbour?
It's